Hi, everyone, and welcome to Sandra Cruz Unfiltered. My name is Sandra Cruz, and today I'm going to talk about procrastination. Procrastination is a very interesting subject because technically, procrastination doesn't exist. What it is, though, is a form of self-sabotage. And this subject is so important because we all do it. We all procrastinate for many different reasons. And in this video, I want to unravel the most common situations where we procrastinate, why we procrastinate, and how we can overcome it and take back control. So, procrastination. Procrastination happens when we're afraid of something. This means that there is a task that we need to do, and we are afraid of doing it. Let's say we need to call someone, we need to talk to someone and set boundaries. If we're not used to setting boundaries, we're going to be terrified of making that call and putting someone in their place. And yet, if we overcame this fear and just did that, we would feel so much better. Now, one of the most common procrastination issues is that you are having some chores and you procrastinate, like you don't want to do it, you don't want to start, you're dragging your feet because there is this one chore out of all of them that you just hate. For example, cleaning the house. Cleaning the house, dusting, cleaning, usually is not an issue until you get to that one chore that you don't like. Let's say cleaning the toilet. I mean, if you have boys, then you know this is not a task you're looking forward to. Well, the thing is, when you put everything you don't like last, the closer you get to that chore, the slower you're going to move into that direction and clean everything else. But let's just consider for a moment, if you did this one chore, cleaning the toilets first, what do you think would happen? First of all, you would feel relief that it's done. You would feel proud of yourself. And all the other chores after, all the rest cleaning the house is going to be a breeze because you already took care of this one chore that you just can't stand. So when you procrastinate because of chores or something you have to do and you do everything else up to that point where you have to get to these chores, switch it around. Do those chores you hate the most first. You will feel better. You will feel proud of yourself, and you should, because it does feel good to do the things you resent most. And then everything else, the breeze. Then we procrastinate because we're overwhelmed. You know, sometimes I have those days when there's so many things I want to tackle. I want to take care of the garden now that the growing season is finally starting in Newfoundland. And I want to clean the house. I want to do some canning and some bottling. And at the same time, I want to work on my business and take time for myself. So, and all of these things that I put on a list that I want to do that day, all of a sudden feel overwhelming because all of them are equally important. So, and when this happens, you're getting pulled in so many different directions because you want to do all at once. And we all know it's not possible because we only have two hands, right? So, what do you start with? That is the question. So when you feel like you are completely overwhelmed because there's too many things you want to do, too many things that need to get done, they're all equally important. Take a step back, take a deep breath. Because when you're feeling like this, the number one rule is you're not grounded. Because when you're not grounded, all the energy goes into your head and is driving you crazy. So, deep breath, grounding. Sit down with your feet in the grass. Go for a walk. Go for a drive to clear your head. Because essentially, what is really driving you crazy is this overload of energy. Because when we're not grounded, the energy cannot flow through the body as it's supposed to, like in from one side, through the whole body, out through the other. So then the energy is stuck, and all our thoughts and our emotions, they all accumulate even more energy. And then the energy is getting erratic, and then we get erratic. So when you feel overwhelmed and you procrastinate because of that, take a step back, start with grounding. And then you can go and check out my video of the magic of being in flow and start with the thing that brings you the most joy. So, and once you figured out which of the chores you want to do that day, which of the things you want to tackle in that moment brings you the most joy, that's what you start with. And once this is done, you start with the next one and the next and the next. And I can guarantee you, you will get, if not all of them, most of them done, simply because you come at it from high vibrational energy and from a feeling of being in flow. When it comes to any limiting belief, any self-sabotaging behavior, we are the ones holding ourselves back. No one is doing this to us. We are standing in our own way. And procrastination is no different because when we procrastinate, we stop ourselves from moving forward. So the question is, when you're procrastinating, what are you afraid of? Could it be that you're doing something new or you're supposed to do something new and you're afraid of the outcome because you cannot control the outcome because you're a person who likes to be in control at all time? This can be a big issue with procrastination because if you don't know the outcome, you may be afraid of it. So if this happens, ask yourself, what is the very worst that could happen? What is the worst thing that could happen if I went through with that? But when you think about other things, when you are afraid of something, you don't want to do it. So remind yourself fear is an illusion. Procrastination doesn't exist simply because we are holding ourselves back from doing the things we want to do, from doing the things we need to do. Procrastination is something we're all guilty of. But once we understand what procrastination really is, we can work through that. And by working through our procrastination, we take back control of our lives. We take back our power, our courage. Because once we understand that we are literally holding us back from whatever it is we want to do, whatever it is we need to do or we want to achieve, then we stop procrastinating, we stop self-sabotaging, and we're actually beginning to challenge ourselves. Because the beautiful thing is once you start to challenge your self-sabotage, you're releasing it. You stop doing it. And this is so powerful. Because when you stop self-sabotaging, when you stop procrastinating, when you stop holding yourself back, you are reaching new heights. You are reaching your goals. You are fulfilling your dreams. Think about it. Every goal you reach has once been a dream you thought would never come true. And yet it did because you stopped procrastinating, you pushed through your limiting beliefs and your self-sabotage, and you went for what you wanted. You made your dream come true simply by turning it into a goal you wanted to reach. But you can only reach that if you overcome all those limiting beliefs, the self-sabotaging behavior, and procrastination. So you see, procrastination is such an important subject because this is at the core of what's holding you back from getting to where you want to be. It's holding you back from creating the life that you want, fulfilling the dreams you had for such a long time. So whenever you notice that you are procrastinating, that there's something that's holding you back, when you're dragging your feet, take a step back, deep breath, and ask yourself, why? Is it because there's something I need to do that I don't want to do? Is it because there's something I need to do that I'm afraid of doing? Or is it because I'm feeling completely overwhelmed because there's too much to do? If you can figure out which one of those three it is, and then really sit down with yourself and ask yourself, why am I so afraid of this? What is the worst thing that can happen? Or if you're saying, okay, I really don't want to do those things, so I'm going to do them first so that they're out of the way and I can focus on everything else. Or is it because there's so much to do, you don't know where to start, your head is spinning, and then you say, all right, deep breath, I'm ungrounded, I need to be balanced, and then I will know what to do. I do hope you enjoyed my little video. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you would like to know more about how to work with me, what I offer, how I could help you move through procrastination, self-sabotage, and other limiting beliefs, releasing your trauma and building the life of your dreams, then feel free to look below this video. I will leave the link to my free consultation, and I will also show you a few of the modalities that I offer that can really transform your life. And always remember, trauma is not a life sentence. You have the power to heal. Bye.